Welcome back to another fantastic property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, looking at another fantastic model home, this time by Kenco Communities. Now, starting on the exterior, we do have that beautiful tile roof, but along with that, you are going to have the stucco, some tile accents, as well as the beautiful stack stone going into your covered front porch. Now, right here is the design center, but on an actual home that's not a model, this would be your 2-car garage, and over there is your 1-car garage bay. Now, also, whenever you walk in, you have plenty of space to work with as far as parking is available. Now, of course, like I mentioned, this is a model home, but eventually when they sell this off, this would be converted back to a driveway, and you do not have to worry about getting your car in here. Now, as we walk along right here, I just want you to get a load of this covered front porch here. You see that we have the second level balcony. We'll get to that a little bit later on, but look how grand this looks. You have the beautiful entry going in, and then the French doors as far as the front door is concerned. But as mentioned, look at the stacked stone that surrounds the entire covered front porch. Really just a staple for this property, sets the tone and brings out some true character. Now, as we enter inside of here, look at the scope of the covered front area. Look what you get, the 2-story on top, and then that's going to continue as soon as we enter in. But without further ado, let's get you inside. All right. So, as mentioned, as soon as you walk in, you have the 2-story ceiling, but look at the beautiful LED chandelier. Then you have the tray ceiling accent right there. And look at how stunning this is. Now, what I'll go ahead and do is just turn you around so you can see the front door as if you were walking in for the first time, and that will give you a better idea of the floor plan. Wow, really stunning. Even right here along this wall, you see that we have the wood accents, and that's going to continue. So really just a fantastic property overall. So let's go ahead and start inside of the great room, and then we'll make our way around the perimeter of the entire home. So you are going to have the great room, dining room, kitchen combination. So very open floor plan, extremely interactive. And then turning you around right here, look at those modern sconces. Absolutely stunning. So you have 12-foot ceilings in here. And then, of course, you have the accents going along there. So this being a model home, of course, they dressed it to the nines, but you could see what is possible. You are going to have these 10-foot sliders. So you have the sliders in the great room and right here between the dining area and the kitchen. So it gives you that indoor-outdoor feel that we talk about quite often. And then let me stand on this angle so you can see the full scope of this home. Beautiful. Okay, so as we make our way around here, now a lot of these may or may not be upgrades, right? So of course, I always say reach out to get more details on what is standard and what is an upgrade, so that way you get a better idea. It's impossible for me to name those entire video rather, and it may be outdated. Okay. So heading inside of the kitchen, look at this. You have the glossy flat panel cabinetry, stainless steel range hood. Look at the glossy that continues here. So you got the 2-tone material, quartz countertops. You do have the sink inside of the island, but look at your view when you're doing dishes. Can't get much better than that. So I'll open up some of these drawers. Oh, high-end appliances. You got the monogram built in, stainless steel microwave, as you can see. You got the soft close mechanism. Then you got the monogram range right here, 5-burner. You could just add that pot filler. You know, we talk about that quite often as well. And then the monogram dishwasher. So all top of the line appliances. I'll open up some of these drawers so you can see. Really impressive model home is what I see. And then look at this. Got the retractable outlet right here. You never know. Okay, so as we continue along, you got the double monogram oven. Again, plenty of cabinetry. And a lot of times when we see this much cabinetry in the kitchen, oftentimes we don't see a pantry, right? So they made up for it with all the wall cabinetry, but we do have a walk-in pantry. We'll get to that in just a second. As always, opening up our refrigerator. So stainless steel again, top of the line. So perfect to hang out with the entire family here. You don't have to worry about hosting and the lack of room because it certainly is abundant. Now you got a picture window right here. Then heading this way, you got this optional bar area right between your cabana bath. And this is gonna be your full bathroom here. Look at this. So you got the raised ceilings in here, LED lights, quartz countertops, the sleek mirror, and there we go. So perfect. As soon as you get out of the pool, you just come straight over here to the shower, rinse off, and don't have to track any water throughout the entire home. Okay, so now let's go ahead and continue. Even just the light fixtures itself, beautiful. Now I made sure to add the pricing in the description. You know, sometimes it gets a little wonky, especially when I name pricing in the video and then the next month it changes, right? So I don't want to mislead you whatsoever. But look at this, walk-in pantry, plenty of shelf space available. Then you have counter space over here to the left. You can see how sleek and modern that is. You got your stainless steel hardware throughout, then the glass panes in the cabinet doors. You got the lighting right underneath the shelving, so illuminating the decor. Really nice. So, of course, you'll have a lot of your appliances over here just hanging out, tucked away, so you don't have to worry about, you know, it messing up the aesthetics, right? And then, of course, these are going to be pull out right here, so you can add anything you like right there. Now, you know, Toll Brothers is really the only other model, or at least a builder, that is, known for the glass panes in the pantry door. So I like that they added that. Let me know what you think about that. And then I also like the frosted glass right there. Okay, so this will be coming in to your half bath. Your club room is right here. We'll see that in a second. You see we have crown molding on top, tile flooring extends in here, quartz countertops, the flat panel cabinet doors, beautiful LED light fixture right above that. Of course, you got your furnace right there. Now, this is an optional upgrade as well. You have your built-in desk, but if you wanted to use this as a mudroom, if you were to build, this would be where that would be at. So you already got your built-in shelving, the quartz countertops. Kiddos can just do their homework right there. Well, one kiddo, they might argue about who gets that area. And then you got the storage. This will be right underneath the staircase. All right, so now turning you around, the one car garage would be straight ahead right there, but look at this. Wow. So on the floor plan, it's a club room, but really if you wanted to use this as a formal living area, you can do that, or just, you know, a hangout spot, because look at this fireplace. Sometimes the video picks it up, sometimes it doesn't, but man, I love that. So you got tray ceilings with the crown molding inside, plenty of room. The tile flooring extends here. You see you have plenty of space, even with the L-shaped couch and then the additional desk, you have a ton of room. So let me know in the comments, do you like their staging, how they did this? Now I would open up that one car garage bay, but of course they are doing a meeting in there, but it is a one car, and then the additional 2 car is over there where the design center is. Wow. Very stunning. So right over here, like I mentioned, this is where your 2 car garage bay is. It is locked, but you got the tall baseboards that extends over here. And then I want to make sure that you can see our utility room. Look at this. Now this is what I'm talking about as far as the laundry room is concerned. You got your sink right there, shaker cabinets. You got the chrome hardware in there. I'll open up some of these so you can see. Plenty of space, quartz countertops, a massive washer and dryer here. So it just gives you an idea of the room that you get, but plenty of cabinet storage to take advantage of. All right, now let's go ahead and turn you around to see our first bedroom. So we have carpet inside of the bedroom, but you have the accent wall straight ahead right there. And look at that. And here it looks like we got 10-foot ceilings. Then you got crown molding surrounding the two, or surrounding the entire ceiling rather. Look how spacious it is. Then this one's going to be the walk-in closet. Yes, the one thing I was happy about is no chrome racks, or no, or not chrome racks. I'm sorry, the wire racks. Goodness, I'm still traumatized from the comments. All right, so now look at this beautiful walk-in shower with the tile shower surround. Then you see the mirror extends all the way over here to your shower. Quartz countertops, and then remember we talked about that as far as the ledge is concerned. We got positive comments about that, so happy that we had that. Okay, so now the grand reveal of the primary suite. I was happy that we had his and hers closets. Now there are two other models, and we'll see about touring those, but I really wanted to get you inside of here just so I can, you know, introduce Kenco Communities to you folks and see how my audience responds. Okay, now we do have carpet in here, but I think the height of the ceilings makes up for it with the accent on top. Beautiful light fixture. Look at that. That lake view. The only thing that I would say would increase this appeal would be to add some sliders right here. So you can just open that up and get a breath of fresh air. But very beautiful, extremely roomy, extremely airy. Love it. And of course, that's your king size bed. You got your sitting area right here. Plenty of walk room available. Beautiful. Okay, so now heading down the hallway, we'll see our first walk-in closet. Look at this. We have some custom cabinetry in here. You got the chrome racks. Even looking in here, plenty of storage shelving available. Then you got some more shelving right above that. You got your shoe shelving over here. The carpet extends in here. It's been very rare, you know, seeing carpet inside of the model homes. But of course, if you just wanted the tile to extend in here, you can do that, or maybe the white oak floors, depending on your personal preference. Okay, that'll be our hers closet, and now this is our his closet. So generously sized, your built-in drawers continues in here with the soft close. Plenty of space to work with. Okay. Okay, love what I'm seeing as far as the primary bath is concerned. Our freestanding tub, our picture window there, the 12-foot ceilings extends in here. So giving that roomier and airy feel that we talked about earlier. Then you got your cosmetic area over there. That's separate between the dual sinks, as you can see, but you got that large mirror right there. Plenty of room to work with. And of course, I know the positive for my audience is the separate freestanding tub from the shower. But look at that, you got your waterfall shower head, that oversized shower niche, two of those. Plenty of room in here. We don't have a built-in shower bench, but you know, that'll do. Tiling showers around, some nice little custom work right there. Got your storage closet here, then the water closet over here to the left. Really unique material as far as that accent wall. That's going to extend in our water closet. This could be a room in itself. Look how much room you would have inside of here. You can scroll TikTok all day in there. You won't even get tired. Okay. So that was the entire first level, family. Now, if you haven't, let me know in the comments what you thought about this particular plan. Is this something you can see your family living in? You think they would like it? You know, and of course you're in Florida, so I don't think you can get much better than that. And I can already see the comments disagreeing. Okay, so now this is unique. You got the stainless steel railing going up to our second level. Now you got the optional bar area. You have the floating shelves. The crown molding extends up here. You got some beautiful pendant lights hanging down on both sides, creating a beautiful aesthetic. You even have a built-in monogram microwave right there. Wine fridge down there, perfect for hosting. Now heading up here, you can see that this would be your loft. So hanging out here, nice LED ceiling fan right there. That's unique, I haven't seen that before. And then I'll turn you around here so you can see the full scope. But plenty of space to entertain. I mean, just even downstairs, you have more than enough room to entertain the entire family or your friends. But this would just increase the amount of space that you get. Okay, so you have a stackable washer and dryer in here. You got your wooden shelving again. This is gonna be your furnace. But then the additional 3 bedrooms will be here. So let's start in this one first, and then we'll make our way around. So each one of the bedrooms upstairs is an ensuite. So I know you can appreciate that too. That's your queen size bed, your 2 nightstands, your dresser over here, and you still have a ton of room to walk in, or work with rather. Look at this. So I could even see if it's something where you wanted to add the additional desk, depending on if the kiddos are in here, you still have room to work with, or even over here, that'd be a perfect spot for it. Generously sized walk-in closet, and then heading into your ensuite, you see that we have the shower tub combo, but you still have the quartz countertops, the flat panel white cabinets right there. And then we do have the shower niche. So as far as my opinion is concerned, I'm very impressed with this. The only things that I would change, other than what I mentioned, is, and I would just exclude the carpet. I know we talk about that. Once you have kiddos, that changes your perspective in all different ways. I want to have to worry about all the stains. But look at this. Okay. So now this, believe it or not, is a king size bed. Your 2 nightstands, but you still just have a ton of room. You got the glossy nightstands and dressers. And look at this. You got that same clear LED ceiling fan, your ensuite straight ahead right here. That picture window, look at that. Overlooking that lake. I get the comments all the time, you know, perfect to befriend the alligators, but I think you'd be all right. So this is your walk-in shower, but you got the sliding glass door, the tile flooring, but similar materials as far as the counters and cabinets. And then we will be making our way out to the, I'll say, the west side of the United States very soon. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And then I'm going to create a poll pretty soon just to ask if you want to see, you know, California, Arizona, Utah. I'd really like to hear your thoughts. So if you hear this now, let me know in the comments which one you would prefer between those, just to kind of change up the style for you. And let me know what you think about the Florida homes in comparison to the Nashville homes that we got the good fortune of seeing, as well as the Texas homes. And has, or at least have they met your expectations in comparison to those? All right, so this will be our 5th and final bedroom. As you can see, the ensuite that you get, you can fit that king size bed in here without any issues whatsoever. Still have a ton of room to work with. And then you got the wooden racks. And before we head out to our covered lanai, let me show you this from the second level. I feel like that just brings the floor plan full circle. Okay, so now let's head downstairs and see our backyard. So as you can see, like I said, this one is the model. So typically a lot of times with the models, they'll have them back to back to back, right? So depending on the particular lot that you choose, you will and may have a lot more elbow room between you and the neighbors. And then of course you can always draw inspiration from this floor plan and build your own. But looking at our covered lanai, you see the stacked stone continuing back here as far as the columns are concerned, but you have your outdoor kitchen, outdoor grill with your stainless steel range hood, counter space. Looks like we have quartz again. Got a refrigerator right here. But this is exactly what I'm talking about for a nice, beautiful, sunny day. We have a few clouds, but it's still a perfect day to grill. But other than that, if you had all the sliders open, right? Remember I said those were 10-foot sliders, and all the families out here hanging out, the kiddos are in the pool or you're in the pool, having a fantastic time. You will never regret that. I can guarantee you that. And if you would, I'm sorry, but you got your pool and spa, beautiful view over there. And of course, if you want to just hang out right here, you can certainly do that as well. Get you a nice little tan. Woo! But other than that, family, that was another beautiful model home tour. All right, Rankin family, that was it for this beautiful model home by Kenco Communities. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this particular model. Is this something you could see yourself living in? Would you make any changes? If so, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour.